Welcome to the PHNX Coyotes podcast, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with Craig Morgan in person together. There's no one else here because
chair again.
Petey is actually driving from Bemidji, Minnesota to Des Moines, Iowa. Sounds like a thrilling adventure.
Oh, yeah. The Midwest offers a lot of scenery.
Yes.
Hey, a cornfield.
Yes. Some
Look,
trees.
another cornfield.
I mean, there's trees.
There are trees, yes.
So that's good for him. So
lots of flat land.
He might make an appearance. He might not. Don't expect too much from that. But
wow,
don't expect too much from Petey. He has nothing to offer us today. Just absolutely roasting him early. Anyway,
Leah, what's that sitting next to you, by the way? What is that?
So this is my bottle of Heinz ketchup.
Heinz,
not a
is that
Spencer,
a bottle still?
not a
It's like
sponsor.
industrial size.
This is one of like 3 ketchup bottles in my fridge. For some reason, I have so many ketchup bottles at home.
You don't combine them?
I don't.
Okay.
And I brought this because later in the show, everyone stay tuned. Later in the show, we will be doing a burger taste test of fast casual joints around the valley.
We know at least 2 now.
Yes, we have for sure. We have Smashburger, and our intern David, shout out to David, is literally
David Rodish, yeah.
like driving around Phoenix getting us burgers. Like,
really not the way it operates here with our interns.
What did you learn at your internships?
I was gonna say that's the most classic. Like, go get us burgers, intern.
We're
that's not how we treat
him,
David.
And we're buying him lunch. I just want you to know.
Yeah, we're buying him lunch. Yeah, big shout out to David.
David offers a lot to
can we explain
network.
this? The reason we have to do this?
Yes, explain.
The fast casual places, most of them don't open until 10:30 or 11. We're obviously going live at 11, so it's hard for us to pick up our own burgers.
We're not just being divas saying,
Right.
oh no.
Well, I mean, I usually am. I do have 2 pillows today, by the way.
Where's your
I
Pellegrino?
like my posture better today. This is helping me. But yeah, we don't force our interns to buy burgers on most days.
On most days, that is. But anyway, so we'll get to that later in the show. That could get a little crazy and messy. And on the subject of crazy and messy and disastrous, that's literally what we're going to talk about today, because there's a lot of disasters going on, not just in the NHL, but in hockey in general. So we're kind of just going to, do some heavy and dark stuff and then some light stuff. So Why not?
Yeah. Most of that stuff's happening north of the border. So,
yes, Canada is kind of a disaster.
Canada's imploding.
We'll get to all of that in a little, but let's start out with the NHL. And we have to talk about the Calgary Flames. We've kind of been saving this all week. What the heck is going on? Johnny Gaudreau decides not to return to the Calgary Flames. They offer him the most money in the most years. He says, no, I'm going to go to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So it's not like, the Colorado Avalanche, Stanley Cup contender, New Jersey by his hometown. No, Columbus. So that's kind of a kick in the stomach for Calgary Flames fans. And then this week, Matthew Tkachuk let the team know that he won't sign long-term. A trade is likely.
Restricted free agent right now.
Yes, the other face of that franchise. Yeah. And he could be gone too. So this team went from having winning the division in the regular season, going to the second round of the NHL playoffs, and now this.
Yeah, to probably not being a playoff team if you're losing. And you are losing both those guys. I guess it depends on the return for Matthew Tkachuk, what you get, whether you're looking more toward the future, which is hard for Calgary because they still have some pieces like Elias Lindholm, like Noah Hanifin, and some really good prospects ready to come up. So can you really go full rebuild? It's a really difficult situation for general manager Brad Treliving.
Friend of the program.
And this one's hit him hard because, as you mentioned, they did everything they could to keep Gaudreau.
Yeah.
They made him the best offer possible. You've basically got 2 American kids who don't want to play in Calgary. Yeah. It hurts. Sorry, it hurts, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
They want to come back to the States. Gaudreau, at least, listening to his wife as well, wants to be closer to home. I mean,
his wife's pregnant, due in September.
We thought they were going to go to New Jersey, and that was apparently the case until the 11th hour.
Yeah.
And then Columbus somehow. I still don't get Columbus as a choice because it's not that close to New Jersey.
So he did do an interview this week on Spit and Chicklets, and he said that he didn't want to deal with being in his kind of hometown and having everyone bombarding him all the time for tickets and just be in and out of his house and that sort of thing. And Columbus, it's close enough. It's an hour flight. It's, a a drive, but drivable, like 6 hours, he said. And that was like the perfect kind of happy medium for them, where they're still close enough to family, but not so close that they're getting asked for tickets every night and people are showing up to their front door. So that was kind of his explanation, which I thought was interesting.
It's interesting. And then you add in the element of, do you want to win? Which team was closer to winning, Calgary or Columbus? I know Columbus has made some moves this offseason, but does anyone really look at the Columbus Blue Jackets and say, oh, yeah, that's a cup contender? No.
I mean, this is somebody, his nickname is Johnny Ham and Cheese because he would only eat ham and cheese sandwiches in college. He wouldn't eat sushi. His favorite character on Friends is Ross, by the way. That's a huge issue. So, I don't know. He kind of sounds like someone who doesn't like to take a lot of big risks, so maybe just somewhere that's comfortable out of the spotlight.
I hear David Schwimmer's voice because I think of Madagascar, because I watched all these movies with my kids, the animated movies, and he was the giraffe. Gloria. Wow, Johnny, bad choice. Sorry, but let's keep going.
Off the rails. Anyway, yeah, it's really interesting. And then I saw this tweet from John Scott yesterday, of course, former Arizona Coyote John Scott, and he tweeted,
Oof, use that loosely.
Yeah, I hope Leafs fans are watching this Calgary situation and realizing that this is a glimpse into their future.
Oh boy. Austin Matthews.
Americans playing in Canada wanting to go back to the States. Matthew Tkachuk has been rumored to possibly be traded to St. Louis, his hometown. I mean,
dad works for the Blues.
His dad works for the Blues. So I don't know. This is just maybe I thought that was, he kind of hit the nail on the head there for Toronto. Clock's ticking.
Yep, clock's ticking on Austin Matthews. Pretty soon he'll be playing at ASU.
Albert said, are Columbus Blue Jackets with Johnny Hockey ahead of the Flames without him and Tkachuk?
Wait, say that again?
Are the Blue Jackets with Johnny Gaudreau ahead of the Flames without Gaudreau and Tkachuk?
Probably. Although
the Flames play in a much better, easier division than Columbus.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the big difference maker.
And again, what comes back for Tkachuk? What's the return?
That's true. We don't know yet.
Are we looking for current assets? And by the way, why would a team make that move for current assets, right? If you're adding Tkachuk to like get over the top, which is presumably what St. Louis would do, are you really going to give up a Jordan Kyrou? Is that the direction you want to go when he's blossoming himself and more cost effective? And I don't know. I don't know what the Blues are thinking here. I don't know what these other teams are thinking. And I don't know if the Flames are thinking, okay, let's build for the future. It's going to be hard to do, right?
Yeah.
With the pieces they have. But I suppose if they make that decision, if they look at their situation, say without Gaudreau and Tkachuk, doesn't matter. We can't add enough to be contenders. Maybe they move Elias Lindholm at the deadline. Maybe they move Hanifin at the deadline. Maybe they just tear it down and acquire a lot of assets. And then we have yet another team in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes.
Charles said a new challenger appears in the Bedard sweepstakes. And this makes me more and more grateful, given the current situation the Coyotes are in, that the Coyotes are in the Central Division for the sake of trying to lose. Because the Pacific Division, it's like wide open now. Mm-hmm. Wide open. And there's so many reasons why the Coyotes being in the Central is horrible, and it will especially feel that way in a few years. But right now, kind of a good situation in terms of the Bedard. If we're talking about the Bedard sweepstakes, it's a good position to be in.
Yeah. I feel badly for Brad Treliving.
I know.
Because, listen, I'm not going to share my conversation with him, but this is tough, right? You do everything you can to keep these pieces, and it's
not his fault, really.
No, it's not in your control. And there are people that could say that, they should have signed Tkachuk to a longer deal a while back, but you don't know all the details of the negotiation. Yeah. And was this ever a specter before? Did you ever have a sense that this was a possibility? That both of your guys are just going to bail on you? What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
That's free agency, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. The situation has really taken a turn in Calgary. It's really interesting. And it's more to come because we'll see what unfolds with Tkachuk this summer.
But looking at wider Canada.
Yes. So things are not going well in Canada. And let me just give right now, honestly, I'm going to give a content warning. If you want to fast forward through this segment, the time code is in the description of this video and in the podcast.
Especially if you're Canadian.
Yeah. But there's a lot of bad shit happening in Canada. I can't sugarcoat it. Let's start with keeping in Alberta, the allegations against Daryl Katz, who is one of the owners of the Edmonton Oilers. And again, content warning. So a filed U.S. civil lawsuit claims Daryl Katz, who's the billionaire owner of the Oilers, paid an underage girl for sex, which
Ballerina.
is so disturbing.
So icky.
So
don't want to
horrible.
talk about it anymore.
Nope.
Yuck.
And if it's true, I mean, he should not be an owner. Goodbye.
And what does that
to
do to
prison?
the Oilers? And...
Goodbye.
Okay.
Horrible.
And there's Hockey Canada.
And then Hockey
Leah
Canada.
gets to deliver all the bad news. I just cue it up.
Yeah. Again, content warning. So there's been a lot going on with Hockey Canada if you've been following along. In April, a woman filed a lawsuit against Hockey Canada, the Canadian Hockey League, and 8 unnamed CHL players, including those who represented Canada at the World Juniors in 2017 or 18?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
And Hockey Canada, that suit was actually settled, but Hockey Canada announced they were reopening the investigation. It's not been heard in a court of law. And then today, Hockey Canada released a statement saying yesterday evening, Hockey Canada learned of an alleged group sexual assault from 2003 involving members of the 02-03 national junior team after being contacted by Rick Westhead, who's an amazing reporter for TSN, and with the disturbing details of the incident. And Hockey Canada had a paragraphs-long statement. You can read it on their Twitter account or on their website, but just saying that they're going to participate fully in the investigation. They've reached out to the Halifax police, which is where the World Juniors were that year, to reopen this investigation. Really, really, really dark, heavy, horrible stuff that I hate talking about, but it's a huge thing going on right now, and we kind of have to talk about it. So,
yeah. And I mean, these investigations are going to continue. Obviously, the reporting will continue. More outlets will get on this, develop sources.
Yes.
More information will come out, and we'll see if names come out here.
Yeah.
It's on the prior Hockey Canada story, you mentioned that it's 8 unnamed players, but the list of possibilities is dwindling as more and more players come out and say, I was not a part of this.
And Connor Timmins was one of the players.
I reported that,
yes.
But yeah, a lot more, right? Is it 8? Is it 9 now? I can't even remember the number. But when you start crossing off the names of the players that were possibly involved in that, it's a much shorter list now.
Yeah.
So it's got to be, they're going to come out. They always come out. This information always comes out, and it's just a stain on Hockey Canada. And of course, that fund that they had to pay off sexual misconduct lawsuits, like from player registration. Wow! Now they're not going to. Oh, they've announced that they're not going to do that anymore. Hey, good idea. You never should have done it in the first place. There's so much bad stuff happening with Hockey Canada right now. I can't even imagine being an official with. Even if you're not part of it, if you didn't know about it, if you weren't in any way related to it, you're still stained by your association with Hockey Canada right now. Yeah. Those are 2 ugly words right now.
It's just awful. And I mean, I just hope that more stuff doesn't come out. I hope this wasn't a bigger issue. It's horrible that it is. It's horrible that this is part of it reflects badly on hockey as a whole, because the culture, the hockey culture, and it's changing and evolving and supposedly getting better. But I mean, I just feel so horribly for these people who had to endure this, and I really hope they can get their peace and be okay. But it's just horrible. It's just horrible for the sport.
I don't want to be remotely Pollyanna-ish in this instance, because all of these allegations are incredibly serious. It's incredibly important that we explore them all to their fullest, and there is justice meted out. But don't bury the whole sport because of it.
No.
When you say hockey culture it's rotten, no, there are a lot of good parts of hockey culture. Again, I just get bothered by arguments that lack nuance, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of good people in hockey. There are a lot of good things happening in hockey. So don't bury the entire sport because of this stuff. But let's take a hard look at this and try to make sure that this kind of garbage is eliminated.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to put this in the spotlight and confront it, because you're only gonna improve hockey as a whole if you kind of have to open the wounds and bring. That's how everything heals. So you can't move forward unless you confront the worst parts.
Yep.
And it's not. This isn't just hockey. It's every sport probably.
That's
and
the
it's
other thing,
and
right?
It's not just sports. It's life, and it's horrible, and it's a horrible aspect of life. But I think it's a step in the right direction that at least Hockey Canada now is not doing their quiet hush funds anymore, and it's like, let's just fully participate, open in the light. And as horrible as this is for everyone to have to endure and go through and read about, it's important. It's the only way we're gonna move forward and hopefully completely eliminate stuff like this from ever happening again.
Yeah.
So
I mean, at least Canada has a national airline that's operating at full capacity, and telecommunications company. I'm sorry, did I go there?
Oh, at least Canada has.
Canada, maybe consider closing and then rebranding after a certain amount of time. Just
have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Reboot.
Oh, oof. Lord. Yeah. So sorry to get a little dark there, especially on a Friday, but it is, important stuff going on. So it's important to touch on it, and we'll keep tabs on how those investigations continue and unfold. And, if any Coyotes or former Coyotes are announced to be involved.
Yeah, I got to look at another roster and find out. Yeah.
Yep. So just really disturbing stuff. So just it's really gross. Okay. Table that. We're done with that.
Done with Canada.
And we're still going to talk about messes. Not necessarily messes, but just things that are sticky situations, weird situations. I don't know how to characterize this one, so I might be mischaracterizing it leading into it. Sorry. But
my hometown? Is that where
Eddie
we're going?
Olczyk is leaving the Chicago Blackhawks. He spent 16 years with Chicago as a color commentator, and he's heading to Seattle to join their broadcast team. His brother is the assistant general manager there, so there's a personal connection. He's also the lead game analyst for TNT right now, so has, kind of his hands in a few places. But he said to The Athletic, it was not an easy decision, but Chicago's home. It'll always be home. I just felt like I needed to take a step back and pursue other opportunities that presented itself.
It is hard to imagine Blackhawk broadcasts. I'm going to go off on a riff here for a while.
Go for it. Where's
I grew up on this team, and I think people know by now that Eddie and I grew up together. I played with Eddie. It's hard to imagine Blackhawk games without Pat Foley and without Eddie Olczyk. I understand why the Blackhawks made the decision to move on from Pat Foley, with the, he's retiring. Yeah, and it really wasn't that. But, the cowbell is here.
We need it.
I'll need that in a moment. But here's the thing, and I think some writers in Chicago have already noted this. The Blackhawks are going through a rebuild. They're still dealing with the fallout from the Kyle Beach scandal, another really ugly situation. They're going through a horrible rebuild right now. They arguably should have started 3 years ago because they've been god-awful for the past 5 years anyway. But they've just been holding on, or in particular, Stan Bowman was holding on to this idea that they could still be contenders when everybody knew that they weren't. But anyway, let's clear that. This is my clearing for the Blackhawks. When you're coming out of that sort of scandal and you're trying to remake the image of your franchise, which this franchise had to do not that long ago when Dollar Bill Wirtz still owned the team. You need a trusted person, a familiar person, a guy that Chicago fans love to shepherd you through that process. Not just the Kyle Beach scandal, but the rebuild, to keep you invested in the Blackhawks. Is there a better guy out there than Eddie Olczyk, who is arguably the best analyst in the game? That's why he has the national roles that he has. So when they bring in a young play-by-play man to replace Pat Foley and they announce a 5-year deal, isn't your next move to announce a 5-year extension for Ed Olczyk if you want to keep him around? Well, that didn't happen. So that was the first sign that maybe the new team president just wanted to clear and go young, which is fine in some ways, but it doesn't work as an across-the-board methodology. You've heard some things about what happened with Eddie Olczyk and why he's going to Seattle. Here's what happened. They lowballed him with an offer that was a massive pay cut over what he was making. They offered him 2 years with, after their TV deal with their local deal expires, they offered him options for the years after that. So basically they said, it's a 5-year deal, but no, it was 2 years guaranteed. And after that, we'll see what happens. You can't help but thinking that Eddie looked at that and said, the writing's on the wall for me. They're forcing me out. I'm going to be gone in 2 years. So they're going to clean house. So what happens? The Blackhawks grant Seattle permission to talk to Eddie about a role there, which is another sign that, hey, don't you just step in and say, no, we're going to lock him up. We have to have Eddie Olczyk. He's a critical piece of this franchise. No, they didn't do that. So Seattle gets the chance to talk to him, and now it all comes down to this: when you're basically your franchise is telling you, yeah, thanks for all your years of service, but you're really not important to us anymore. We're going to cut your pay. We're going to not guarantee you beyond 2 years. And honestly, also, I mean, Eddie's always wanted to be in hockey operations. That has been his dream. It hasn't happened in any place in the league. I don't know if that could happen at some point in Seattle with his brother being there, but I just think, when he says it was time for a fresh start, that's all the backdrop to this. It was an ugly situation. I can't believe the Blackhawks let him walk away. There are a lot of things happening with that franchise. Cal Davidson is the GM, and he will be the fall guy when this doesn't go right. When there are 6,000 fans in the seats at the UC for the next 3 years, he'll be the fall guy, not the new team president. But you better be taking a hard look at the team president as well for some of these decisions. This is a bad decision to let Ed Olczyk walk. It's a terrible decision. They needed him for this franchise, and now they've basically, in my opinion, gone back to before Rocky Wirtz took over and rebranded this whole franchise. They won the 3 cups. Everybody loved the Blackhawks. They're back to a situation where they're going to have a terrible crowds at the stadium. They don't care about their history. They don't care about their traditions. That's what they're basically telling people with all these moves. We're just going to clean house and start over. Okay, you can do that in some respects, but you still have to care about your history. You can't throw out your history and all of your traditions, and that's what they're doing.
You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy what's happening there. And you look at 2 teams who are rebuilding on the ice, Chicago and Arizona, but you look at the approach that Arizona has taken. They brought in a new coach and a new GM and all those things. But I do feel like at least with the Coyotes, there's an element of, and we'll see what happens with Shane Doan. I don't mean to put you on the spot with that one, but, Shane Doan's contract with the team ended this year. So will he be back with the team next year? We'll see, because that can kind of sway how I feel about the situation. Yep. I do feel like at least, and then Arizona, the Coyotes have a lot of ugly history in other ways, but not the sort of ugly that Chicago has, that sort of baggage. So honestly, like looking at the league as a whole, we talked about what's happening in Calgary, we talked about Chicago. Like, I don't think the Arizona Coyotes have the worst situation in the NHL.
No, I would agree with you there, but you're right. I mean, you can't let Shane Doan walk away. You can't let him walk away. You have to care about your traditions. You have to keep connections to the past. And you have to acknowledge how much he has meant to this franchise. I mean, there are a handful of people where I can confidently say, if that person's not around, neither are the Coyotes, and Shane Doan is one of those
absolutely.
Guys. So
without question,
recognize all of that. Recognize how important he is to this community, and do not let him walk away. Do whatever it takes. Do not let Shane Doan walk away.
And if they don't let him walk away, then I think that is the thing that's going to set the Coyotes apart from all of these other teams that are going through gross rebuilds and gross house cleanings. So okay,
I feel dirty. How's David doing with our burgers?
Yeah, our burgers are hopefully on the way. We'll get that off. Let's transition. Let's get out of this yucky talk, and let's throw it over to Sean, where Sean's going to be the palate cleanser, because Sean has a DraftKings pick of the week, and he has to tell us what he's doing tonight, and we need to ask him some questions.
Yeah,
about
we have
that.
some follow-up questions.
So Sean, DraftKings pick of the week.
Do you want the pick of the week first, or do you want the story first?
Let's go with the pick of the week.
Okay.
And then we'll dive into your story.
You'll understand, I guess, why I'm making this pick once we get into the story. But my pick, it's actually going to be a little bit of a parlay.
Ooh.
I'm not going to get complicated because I can't get you the odds right now. I'm just going to go Arizona Diamondbacks -1.5 to win tonight by at least 2 runs, plus 130. I think the Diamondbacks are going to win tonight. They're playing, I believe, former Diamondback Patrick Corbin, who is not good at all. He has like a damn near 5 ERA against Zach Gallen. The Nationals are one of the worst, if not the worst team in baseball, which is saying something because they're playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. But I just think the D-backs are going to win tonight. Maybe I was going to parlay it with a Juan Soto home run, get a Soto home run, and the Nationals still lose. But I'm going D-backs -1.5 at plus 130.
Okay. That's the DraftKings pick of the week. And Sean, you will be there to watch this game, right?
Probably, I'm considering going to the game by myself tonight.
Wait, what?
I'm considering going to the game by myself tonight.
By yourself?
Yes. Wouldn't be the first time that I've gone to a baseball game by myself.
Do you like attending baseball games by yourself?
Yes, it's super relaxing. It was a few years ago that it was July 4th, actually, and I worked at a hotel, so I got a free hotel room, and I took my mom's car, and I drove up to Toronto for the night, watched the Red Sox play the Blue Jays, had a couple beers in like the 500 section, and just kind of hung out. It's super relaxing. You can kind of just vibe. I plan on also eating a hot dog for every inning of the game tonight. So I think I'm gonna eat 9 hot dogs.
That sounds super on brand for you. Do you
Yeah.
put ketchup on your hot dogs?
Yeah, of course. I go ketchup, mustard, relish, onions if it's available. I do it all.
Wow.
I listen, baseball by yourself is super relaxing. Like because it's one of those things where you don't really have to like tune into the game. I can get up and leave at any point if I want. I can have an AirPod in, listen to music, do stuff on my phone, and I get to bet, so I get to it'll keep me a little interesting,
engaged.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, I'm not against it.
I think it's a good use of time. I have nothing better to do tonight, so.
Do you talk, like, do you scream when you're at baseball games? Like,
by myself?
Yeah.
No,
or do you just keep quiet?
I might throw a little clap if something crazy happens, but I might throw up my hands if the wave comes around. But otherwise, I'm just kind of keeping to myself, eating my hot dogs, drinking a beer.
Do small children hide behind their mom's skirts when they see you at games?
No,
Screaming?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
But I'm a great baseball fan because one of my favorite parts of going to baseball games is getting a baseball and giving it to a kid to make their day.
Oh, look at
And
that.
if I'm by myself, I don't have any pressure to give it to like my girlfriend or one of my friends or something. I can just give it away to a kid.
That was our clearing. That's what we
There you
needed.
go.
Yeah, we
to clear
did.
all that garbage that we just talked about.
The comments are mixed because people are saying it sounds really relaxing and nice, which I agree. And I would even go to a hockey game by myself. Like, I just like watching hockey that much that I don't really care if I'm with anyone. But people are saying it could be a little boring.
That's the point. That's why, again, going to yourself, if it gets boring, you just leave, or you walk around the park, go to like one of the in-stadium bars, something like that. But like the thing about
alone.
and drink alone, yeah, it's.
But you're not drinking alone if you're in a stadium with thousands.
Yeah,
of people.
but the thing about baseball, as opposed to like hockey or something, is that like hockey is so high energy, so that being there alone might be a little uncomfortable for me. Baseball, especially at Chase Field, if I want to, I can go sit in the top row with no one within like 300 yards of me and just hang out. And
like
then
Bob Uecker.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are you drinking alone if you drink at a bar at a stadium? Like, if you go to a bar by yourself, are you drinking alone?
I'll definitely be drinking
That's
alone.
drinking alone. That's drinking alone.
But you're still around people, so what's
that's
the
drinking
cutoff?
alone. Yeah, I think. Yeah, if you, I don't know.
You have thoughts on this? Sean? Where's the cutoff?
No,
I
think
drinking alone.
I think you have to like. Yeah, I think you're drinking alone at that point. You have to be like either go there with the person or like start engaging in a conversation and like
if you like meet some people and then you know
you're no longer drinking alone.
Yeah, but you go initially, you're drinking alone.
Yeah, like I'm going alone. If I were to like end up seeing somebody that I know and I start sitting with them and drinking, then I'm drinking with somebody. But I'm going there with the intention of drinking and eating 9 hot dogs alone.
9 hot dogs.
Nine
Have you done that before?
A hot dog per inning.
I think my record at a game is like 5, so it's definitely a pretty big step up. But I saw someone that on TikTok that ate 18 hot dogs. They ate a hot dog for every half inning, and at the end of it, he was getting like meat sweats. Like it was terrible. I don't think I could do that. So we'll see how the 9 hot dogs go.
I
literally we're like, we're back in happy land, and now we're
once
like,
or twice. But what do meat sweats
you just eat so
like?
much meat that it makes you sweat. I don't. There's not much more to it than that.
Okay.
I could never eat 18 hot dogs at once. I think 9 probably will be my max. But the thing is that Derek on the Derek and the D-backs crew has given me such like the last time we went to a game as a group, I had like 5 or 6 hot dogs, and so it's become like kind of a thing for Derek specifically. So now I feel like I have a reputation to uphold. And as Josh said, I'm going to go straight Glizzy Goblin mode. Sean the Glizzy Gobbler.
Wait, I just have to really ask something really quick. So I just heard from David on his journey. So he has In-N-Out and he has Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Should he stop at Five Guys or should we have him just get here?
Probably should just get here.
Yeah.
We'll have to do Five Guys another day.
Five Guys is good, but
Five Guys is good.
So that's the update on the burgers, but a lot of people in the comments saying they go to Coyotes games alone, and it's up also if you're going, especially a sporting event, because you're all there for the same purpose. You're there to cheer on a team, so it's much easier to connect with people. You already have a common thing.
And baseball has such a reputation of people. Like, I know I'm only 24 years old, but there's always like old people that have like the game on the radio in their ear watching the game.
Right.
I might keep score. No,
yeah, there's the people. There's the people who have their little
I've done it
sheets.
once or twice. It's a lot more difficult than you might think. Like, it's not a very super, because you have to be super invested in the game, and all of a sudden you're like, you look away for 1 second, and there's a guy walking back to the dugout, and you're like, oh my god, what just happened?
Right.
And now the whole scoring thing's, and then God forbid there's a substitution, and then it just gets messy.
Yeah, I don't watch baseball for that reason. I definitely don't want to keep score because I definitely don't want to be invested in the game.
But betting is a great way to keep yourself invested in the game.
Yes, it definitely is. So if you want to bet, if you want to tail Sean's bet, if you want to be invested in baseball, or you can just be invested in anything else, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code PHNX, make your first deposit, and get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code PHNX, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Okay, we have... Oh, and look, SZ in the chat. I'm one of those old people. I listen to games rather than watch, and when I go in person, I keep score.
It's okay. I have a good friend who keeps score. She does it for every game.
That's fun.
It's fun. It's like
it's
really interesting to just kind of like be invested in the game in that way, because I think it's really the only sport where you have the opportunity to do that, because everything, the way you score any other kind of sport
is so slowly. You mean?
Yeah, exactly. Which is also my theory for why baseball has the best All-Star game, because the gap between, like, when you're playing football and you're playing a real game, you have to try so hard, and it's such still fast paced and so athletic. Baseball, not so much. So when you're going to an All-Star game, the gap between what you do to like not take the game seriously and what you do to go to compete at the highest level is not as big. So when they play an All-Star game and they're not trying that hard, it kind of looks like the actual product anyways. So that's why baseball's All-Star game is the best.
Hot take. Right
this is just turned into like Sean's baseball soapbox.
Yeah.
All right.
9 minutes of action per game. You know, average.
This is now going to be used for Sean talking about baseball as well. Okay, David's on his way with the hot dogs, but we have a few
hamburgers, cheeseburgers.
Oh, I said hot dogs.
Wow, we got
We're
hot
talking
dogs
about
on
hot
our mind
dogs.
here. I'm still having a hard time envisioning you eating 9 hot dogs. I don't think that's going to go
They
well
are
for
smaller.
They're like the little tiny ones. I'm not getting like full-size hot dogs. I'm getting like the $2 value dogs.
Value dogs, okay.
Yeah.
You put stuff on them, though? Do you have a lot of toppings?
These ones, maybe not, because I have to have something on a hot dog. Eating a straight hot dog and bread is disgusting, in my opinion.
Agreed.
But the thing is that the D-backs stadium has a tendency to run out of stuff sometimes. So I'm going to try and put probably just ketchup and mustard on them. Because
live tweet this.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a plan. Yeah, of course.
You have to buy them ahead of time then. Just like bring a cool. I'll give you my cooler so you can keep them warm.
I plan on getting like 4 at a time. I probably get 4 to start. But the problem is the debate I'm having is whether or not I want to just eat 9 hot dogs during the course of the game, or if I actually have to spread them out to 1 per inning.
So what will you do if it goes extras?
Oh, God. Well, at that point, they probably won't be selling hot dogs anymore, so I won't have much of a choice. But if it goes to extras, I'll carry it over to the next D-backs game. I'll eat 10 at the next one. We'll see.
I'm literally just like, I was ready to steer us, and then I accidentally said hot dog, and now we're back.
Maybe extras, I'll just do like half a hot dog, because it's like the runner starts on second. I'm already kind of halfway there. We'll see.
Okay.
For our viewers, this is called filler while we wait for the burgers to arrive.
No, we have other things to talk about. You guys just keep going on and on.
I know.
Okay, well now we're in the lighthearted zone, so let's just do something real lighthearted. We got an email from Harbor Arena today. Please pull this up. So this is from
Meanwhile in Glendale,
the Professional Bull Riders special offer. Happy National Day of the Cowboy. Celebrate the National Day of the Cowboy by securing your tickets to Professional Bull Riders on October 14th, 16th. Take up to 30% off tickets now through July 23rd using the code COWBOY.
I'm just saying, if you want to claim a day as your event, you better get on it soon, because it feels like every damn day on the calendar has been claimed by something. National Day of the Cowboy? Is that a thing? Does that really exist?
When I wake up on National Day of the Cowboy, I think to myself, you know what I really feel like doing? Going to a Professional Bull Riders event in Glendale.
You're going to be surprised here, but I'm actually going to defend bull riding.
Okay, no, I've seen bull riding. I've been
You're
to
Canadian.
rodeos.
I would hope you've been to rodeos.
I've been to the Stampede multiple times.
You have? Okay, yeah, and it's cool, right?
No, it's cool.
But I'm really not into the other events at the rodeo. I'm really not that into them. But when it comes to bull riding, Saul's in the room as we're talking about bull riding.
The PHNX Coyotes
I don't remember
podcast.
this on the content list. Bull riding's
man.
cool, and it's crazy. Those people are nuts.
No, they're nuts. They're really cool.
I remember doing a story on bull riders, just talking about their various injuries and stuff like having the entire calf muscle ripped off by a hoof, or it's insane. Saul's gonna sit down. Are we going to a 3-person shot here now?
I guess so.
Saul Bogey's in the house.
I once wrote an article in journalism school on rodeo clowns. They're the ones who distract the bulls.
Right.
Yeah, so I've dabbled in rodeo. Okay, well, we're welcoming Saul Bookman onto the show.
Hello.
Friday, we're just completely
This is my
off.
Coyotes debut.
This is your Coyotes.
It is.
Are you here because we're taste testing burgers?
I didn't even know you were doing
In like
that.
5 minutes?
This
You
is
can
a
corner
happy.
them very easily. They should be here soon.
You
This is
really arrived at the perfect time.
This is a happy coincidence.
Completely happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show,
This is
Saul.
awesome. This is
We're
awesome.
talking about how Glendale and Gila River Arena is promoting bull riding, and you can get 30% off using the code Cowboy because no one has anything better to do that weekend of October 14th to 16th. I don't know, NBA, NHL, NFL,
Yeah.
college hockey.
I can name a few things, but
Listen, you got to fill the gap somehow, right?
apparently that's the plan.
I mean, San Antonio literally has like rodeo week where they
So
take.
does Tucson.
It's like for like 2 straight weeks. The Spurs can't even play at home because of it.
See, that's
like-
nuts. Like
That's
you're
pretty
driving the
crazy.
NBA team out.
Yeah, so
for
they always
rodeo.
have the rodeo road trip every time.
That's
Because of
awesome.
that.
That's hilarious. That's like the gem show road trip for
Thing
the
is,
Tucson
if you
Roadrunners.
look at Gila River's calendar for the final 6 months of this year,
I love.
not too many dates filled.
You know what I love is the fact that they were like, well, we're gonna be just like Inglewood and
the forum.
in the Forum, and I'm like, bro, first of all, you're not in California, you're not in LA. I mean,
Missing like 20 million people.
you're not in a convenient location. You know what I'm saying? You're not in like a
Exactly.
nice popular city at all.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a difference.
Ooh, some of the comments are disturbing about bull riding injuries
Okay.
that I'm not going to get to.
Would you ever get in a bull?
I would get on a mechanical bull.
No. Would you ever get on a real bull? 'Cause
No.
my
Would
dad
you ever
has-
go to the running of the bulls?
Yes.
Oh.
You
Really?
You'd run in Pamplona. You'd risk getting gored.
No, I wouldn't be there. I
Oh,
would,
you wouldn't.
No, no,
Okay,
I'd
no,
like
you
wouldn't
stand
no,
on
no,
a
no.
balcony, like wow.
Okay.
No, you got to be in it.
Yeah,
no.
You wouldn't just like, even if you're just like
Would you
50
do that?
yards? Hell yeah, I
you
would.
would run with the bulls.
Dude, I would be. Have you ever ran because of fear? Like, there's nothing like that.
Hey, you don't have to be fast. You just have to be faster than the person behind you.
That's true. That's
Exactly.
true. Of course, you
Yes.
know, talking about the guy going in for hip surgery in 6 days. So.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Craig's on his walker.
I don't have to outrun the bull. I just have to outrun Craig. I'm good.
Oh.
Jesus.
See, now we should set a goal now. Like if PHNX Coyotes gets to 5,000 followers,
Oh god.
we're all springing for Saul to go to Pamplona to run with the Bulls.
Oh my God.
We'll send Shane.
Might be the last time you guys
to
ever see
video
me.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've never seen a no shit face like my oh shit face. I promise you that.
Oh my
man.
gosh, off the rails. So David is parking with our burgers.
Let's go.
So we do have one other hockey topic, and you could probably speak to it, Saul, because you
Let's do
followed the NHL playoffs. Nazem Kadri still hasn't signed. He's
Seriously.
an NHL free
Crazy.
agent. I thought he'd be one of the first to sign, at least during the week of free agency. He has not signed yet, and I don't know what this means. I don't know if he's not getting the offers he wanted. I don't know if he's going to try to go back to Colorado, and Colorado is working out how they can fit him in the roster. Is that what you think?
It makes
My sense.
it makes too much sense.
Yeah.
It makes too
Yeah.
much sense. That city loves him.
I don't know why he
Yep.
would even like.
I mean, you want a cup there. Like, if
Yeah.
they can find a way to bring you back, I got to believe that's what's going on here. That's
He made
why it's
such a
taken so
difference
long.
for them during the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like,
He's the best second line center in the game.
you have to bring him back.
You have to. And I think he was a perfect fit there. I think he really liked playing there. I mean, he came from Toronto where he had a lot of issues from the media, the team, and all of that stuff. So I think Colorado's the perfect fit for him. I hope they can make it work there. And I don't know, he might take less money. I mean, he can literally go to a team like Seattle and make so much money. But I don't know, at that point, you're already a millionaire. Just like
Yeah,
take a
and the
small
chance
pay
to
cut.
be a part of
You could win
a team that
again.
wins multiple
Yeah.
cups. That's
They're still
that's-
contenders.
You think that's what most players like. We were just talking about Johnny Gaudreau going to Columbus. Like, do you want to win?
For
Most players.
Well, he
wanna
went
go
to Columbus
places.
for less money. That's what makes it, because it's like if he went to Columbus for more money, you can say, okay, he took more money. But
I think most players look at it from a perspective is, will the money outweigh how happy I will be in said city, right? Like, there's factors. Like, if somebody came to the Coyotes, you know you're going to lose a lot of games, right?
Yeah.
At least for right now. And so, is that going to deter your happiness in any way, shape, or form to the point where you're just miserable all the time?
Yeah, but you're
But if you
also
can
living
deal
in
with it-
Scottsdale, Arizona during December.
Exactly. So there's like the payoff here and there. So I don't know. It's always interesting to me when I see athletes try to figure out what their value is in terms of personally, like what do I value? And then when the money gets thrown in, how much more do you really value it? And that's the offsetter.
And then the other factor that comes into play that I don't think people look at enough is, what about your family? Like we know that played into the Gaudreau situation, right? It matters a lot. You got somebody else that you're making decisions for, whether it's kids or significant other, whatever it is. That's a major part of decision making for people in their jobs, even professional athletes.
Yep, absolutely. So Kadri watch is still a go.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's still out there.
It's
he's one of the
insane.
biggest names on the market, and he's still available.
I know.
I'm sure he's gotten an offer, but he just hasn't gotten the right offer.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's interesting too with the flat cap. I don't think it's a normal free agency and what people could possibly be offered. So it's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, this whole narrative of Canadian players leaving to go to America, though.
I'm telling you, and there's something to it, and people won't come out and say this, but the way that COVID impacted Canada versus how it impacted the U.S., it was miserable to be in Canada during COVID.
And I know Alan Walsh says the taxes don't matter that much. Well, he does say, some other people say taxes don't matter that much because taxes are much higher in Canada. But I mean, it's a factor.
So what you're saying is
things
Austin Matthew. No, I'm just.
Oh, we've already said that on the show. This episode, we've already said it.
So go ahead and say
We've already said it.
I don't think it's crazy. I know people in Toronto think it's crazy. Well, there's some that are terrified it's going to happen, like Steve Dangle. He's afraid it's going to happen, but Steve Dangle's afraid of everything.
Yeah.
He's afraid of his own shadow. I don't think it's out of the question. And I'm not just saying that off the cuff.
I will say this as a lifelong Arizona sports fan. And, I haven't been the biggest hockey fan in the world. I've followed it, and since being involved with the Coyotes through Bally Sports Arizona, I've obviously paid attention to it way more than ever before. So now I'm a huge fan of it. I don't think there is a single player, Charles Barkley, Steve Nash included, that if he made the move to the Valley would have the impact that Austin Matthews would have coming to the Coyotes.
Man.
Yeah.
Mexican American. Just there's so many reasons why he is the perfect player for the
Shake Shack.
Before we get to the big thing, Karen did just break this news, a little NHL news. Patrick Laine just signed a 4-year, $34.8 million contract extension with the Columbus Blue Jackets, 8.78.
That was expected. So maybe he can recapture some of his former magic
on a line with
Johnny
Gaudreau.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, our burgers did just arrive, but before we eat them, should we get some 4 Peaks in here to eat our burgers?
To wash.
Well, some of us can't.
Oh yeah. Would you like a 4 Peaks?
I would love a sip of your tasty beverage to wash this down.
To wash this down, David. You just surprise us.
I want one too, David.
All right, so we're gonna drink some 4 Peaks as we eat our burgers.
This is a taste test.
It is a taste test, and we hope that you'll join us on Wednesday as well. We'll be at 4 Peaks on 8th Street all day long on Wednesday, July 27th. All of the PHNX shows will be live. Just crinkling that in the mic. We'll be live at 11, so we hope you'll join us at 4 Peaks. It's going to be a blast. And also, if you haven't already, you can enter our Toast of the Month sweepstakes at gophnx.com. You can win a gift card to 4 Peaks, a shirt from the locker. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead. Taunt me.
Yeah, exactly. And you must be 21 or older to drink and enjoy responsibly. Love that sound. It's 11:45 a.m. and I'm cracking a beer.
That's how we do it.
But that's
11:45 a.m. on a Friday.
On a Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers
you
to
for
your
allowing me
debut on the Coyotes
to crash the
show.
Coyotes pod.
Cheers.
Pretty good timing. It's pretty good timing with the burgers in the house. So,
and one more thing before we do the burgers. We actually have a new sponsor that I'm really excited to talk about. So FOCO, if you haven't heard of it, we're partnering with the leader in sports merchandise and collectibles. FOCO's got you covered with the best Arizona merchandise, and they have officially licensed gear for men, women, and kids. Everything from bobbleheads to swimsuits to Crocs. Crocs are back in, apparently. So
I hope not.
Just saying. Head on over to.
You haven't seen the Yeezy Crocs yet.
I have 2 pairs of Crocs. I love them.
They are very practical, I will say. Head on over to FOCO, that's FOCO.com, or click the link below in the description for all non-presale items. Use the promo code PHNX for 10% off.
Wow.
All right.
So I'm going quarters here.
Am I? I'm not stealing Sean's piece, am I?
No,
I'm going to go quarters here.
David, first of all, thank you so much.
There's like 2 extra burgers here, David. So I assume these are your lunch, or did you? No?
I got two for each person. I thought you guys were both eating.
That's okay.
That's all good.
All
It's
right.
all good. I appreciate it.
Well, David, thank you so. We were explaining to everyone that this is not usually how we treat our interns.
The real MVP right here.
Seriously.
David does do a lot of
He does a lot of
production
stuff.
and
I
writing.
am missing
David-
a plate though, so you might have to eat off a
David
napkin.
also covers the Rattlers.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
and the Rattlers are actually playing on Sunday in the first round of the playoffs, so you should check that out.
Interesting. Okay. So which one is this?
This is Smash Burger, which might be slightly colder because I brought it in on my way in. So
It's fine.
I also
Apologies.
have a whole bottle of ketchup if
Yes,
you would
you
like
do.
to put ketchup on your burger.
Awesome.
all right, we got to get Sean his burger, so I'm gonna hand you that. We're gonna
Sean,
do
do
a
you
taste
want
test
ketchup or
first.
no?
Yes, please. I would appreciate ketchup.
Okay. If you're listening on audio, I just recommend going over to the YouTube
Yeah, you gotta
channel
watch
right
this
now.
one on YouTube because we're doing a taste test.
PHNX Sports on YouTube.
You got that?
Yeah, I'm gonna put ketchup though.
Yeah, I know you.
So again, apologies to our audio listeners if
Sorry.
you have misophonia.
It's not
turn
really a
this off.
grilled burger, Leah, but it's sort of grilled,
I'll
I
just-
guess. So you know.
I'm not even gonna open it. I'm just gonna.
All right, Smash Burger.
Let's go.
I need my ketchups first.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Are we gonna eat it all at the same
I
time?
think we should. We
Yeah.
should all
Okay.
bite into it at the same time. Let
Sure.
me know when you're ready here.
All right.
Gotta get closer to my mic here.
I love how
All right, I'm
literally
ready.
the one day
You
you
ready?
decided to join,
Fine.
we're
Smash
eating.
burger.
I show you a
It's
no.
fantastic. The timing is awesome.
Okay,
That's a tasty burger right there.
Mhm.
that's good.
It is.
We got. By the way, this is just double cheeseburgers. It's just the patty and cheese and nothing else. So, eat level playing fields for everyone.
Mhm.
Are you in here because you want to get a burger? Okay. Shane just sat down. There's like 7 people in this room right now. All of a sudden,
That's a pretty solid burger.
that's good.
That's a pretty solid burger. I can't lie.
Hey man, you really gotta watch your words when you're talking about meat. But
We were already
we've
talking about meat
already
sweats
talked
earlier.
about
one word
meat.
that I know was on your lips.
the flavor on this beef is pretty spot on. I think I danced around that pretty good.
Yeah, but the lead into it made it way more suspect than it needed to be.
This is true.
Okay, should we do? I don't want to eat the whole thing because I don't want to get too full.
Okay.
What were
okay.
you thinking about Smash Burger?
I
first of
liked
all?
it.
What do you like about it?
It just tastes good.
It's
Use
just
your words, Leah.
the bread is good. The bun is good. I like the bun.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Saul. Like, there's seasoning in the
There
patty.
is, right? There's a distinct flavor to
There's
this
sometimes you
beef
eat
that,
a burger and you're just like, this
Yeah.
is just food that is
Right.
filling my stomach. Like,
Considering the fact that it's been in your bag for like an hour,
yeah,
this is a really delicious burger.
I did have it in a cooler trying to keep it warm.
yeah.
And that's
That's
also
that
my
good.
first time ever having smash burger. I have
You
very
couldn't?
well formed
No, I just
opinions
don't
for
wanna-
In and Out.
I just don't want to eat the whole
Shake
thing and
Shack
get
already.
full before I eat the bites of everything else.
You're telling me that a quarter of a burger can fill you,
You
up?
guys, I get
Look at
full
the guy who's
so
eating
fast.
9 hot dogs tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm not that. I'm not on that level. Okay, what's next? Shake Shack?
Josh in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the meat in between those buns are super juicy.
Smash the like button for not suspect meat talk. This is the quality content you get only at PHNX.
Oh, no.
By the way, I think we've eaten more on our show than any show on this network. Hot dogs, hamburgers,
All right.
waffles with trash
This
maple
is
We-
Shake
syrup.
Shack.
we've
Gonna
never
try and
eaten
quarter this
anything on
one.
our show.
Really? You guys are
We've-
missing out.
The only thing we've eaten on our show.
There's the 7th person in the room.
The only thing we've
Sad.
eaten on our show was on the
Fire
Sun show
coat.
is the I had this baby bottle peach
Oh yes,
yogurt
I was
solution.
producing that
Yeah,
show.
and that was delicious.
Baby
All
bottle
right, the pause.
peach
I need your
yogurt
plate again.
solution. And
Sun
you
Devil
need-
still has the record for the wildest thing eaten. We have, I guess, the top 2. We have the atomic
Right.
wings
Give
and
Sean the
the.
big-
and Sean, I'm gonna need
Bacon
that
mac and
ketchup
cheese.
back.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
This is Shake Shack.
Shake
Okay.
Shack is. We'll see.
Ooh, hot take.
Prejudgment.
Was your prejudge? Shake Shack was my early favorite to win
Thank
this.
you.
Just had Shake Shack in New York. It's better over there. First off, secondly, it's from New
'Cause
York.
the
It's from
water's
New York.
different.
Well, yeah, but it's from New York.
New Yorkers.
What?
I know.
In-N-Out's
I'm good.
better out here. Shake Shack's better on the East Coast. Dunkin's better on the East
better
Coast.
here. There's only In-N-Out on the West Coast.
That's what I'm saying. Like there, but it's better where it
I'm
started.
Sean, and I'm from the East Coast.
What's it called? Tim Hortons is better in Canada than it is America. It's just how it is.
All right.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
All right.
What is
Shake
this
Shack.
again?
This is Shake Shack.
All right. Oh, that is juicy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good burger.
Mm-hmm. Not good.
That's a good burger.
Yeah.
that is a tasty burger right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I just say something that might be a hot take? Like, they taste the same to me.
No.
The only
There was a
difference,
different flavor
the
than
only
Smash
difference
Burger.
is that the smash burger, or not the smash burger, but this one. What is this? Shake Shack has a crisp on the top of the burger because of the flat iron,
Mm-hmm.
and I can taste it. It's a little crunchy, and
It's good.
it's money.
It's good.
Kind of like the bread better on the smash burger, though.
Yeah, it's not to get real salt with it, but the meat tastes better.
Yeah.
At Shake Shack or on Smash Burger, if it's just the patty, but I think as a whole burger, Shake Shack's better.
Okay.
I would say
We
the
do be
Smash
smashing
Burger.
meat.
The Smash Burger had the seasoning. I don't even know what the seasoning is. That was good. But it was like a little grainier. The burger.
Josh said,
That's what
I
I'm gonna
remember
say.
Shake Shack being mid in DC. So there you go.
That's why you got to go to New York City and get it
So
where it started.
we didn't have time to get Five Guys, which I'm a big fan of, by the way. So we may have to reprise this some other time
Caleb is upset, so I'm going to finish this whole thing, okay? Just for you.
because you're not finishing your
Yeah.
burger. Is that okay? Sorry, Caleb.
Also, I'm curious what everyone's favorite burger joint is in the chat, so let us know.
Thousand Island spread if you want it in the In-N-Out bag.
There's
Not as like the side.
okay.
Like you have to have that.
There's
You have to
Thousand
have that.
Island spread
But
in the
you
In-N-Out
use it
bag.
just the meat and patty, so it's like on the side.
This is my thing with In-N-Out is that by itself, if it wasn't for like the spread and all of that stuff, In-N-Out is incredibly mid. But you add
Wait.
the
It would be what?
mid, but you add like the you get it animal style, then it's good. The fries are good if you have them fresh, but they get bad real quick.
Okay, now that I just ate the Shake Shack and then I went back and ate the Smash Burger, I like the Shake Shack better.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay.
See?
Shake
It's a
Shack
good
is a
thing I
complete
left
burger.
a little on my plate.
There's a little bit of an aftertaste with Shake Shack that I'm not really feeling at all.
Hmm.
I don't like this meat residue that they is all over my gums right now.
Why is this show like before
Oh,
we
boy.
even did this? It's just I'm
It's
scared to see
It's not even noon yet.
I'm scared to see the time code on this
First
show.
of all, just by appearance,
Thank you.
the meat to bun ratio is significantly less
Thank you.
than the other two.
One of my main issues with
and is
In-N-Out.
this a double? This is a double, right?
This is a
This
double.
is a double.
But the bun is super soft.
The top patty is like as thick
so
as the
soft
meat
that
is.
I left my fingerprints in it.
Can I
Sorry.
get the ketchup,
That's
please, David?
All right, In-N-Out.
Let's go.
Sorry, Sean. We didn't wait for you.
No, it's fine. I'm such is life.
Craig, you washed your hands, right?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Okay.
I have hand sanitizer over here. So
Definitely the ratio is different.
Also, man, the cheese really stands out on this.
as
It just is. I can taste it a lot more than the other one. The other one, the first thing I tasted was the meat and how seasoned it was. I can barely even taste the seasoning on this meat.
This is not even close. Like this is not even on the
No.
same level as the other two, in my opinion.
No, In-N-Out just got mollywopped by the other two for sure.
But I don't
Completely
feel like
agree.
this is really fair because like I feel like In-N-Out is more on McDonald's lane than it is Shake
Craig
Shack.
disagrees. We talked about this before the
No.
show.
because when you look at fast casual category, it's in that category. They put it in the same category as Shake Shack and Five Guys, but it's not.
I get that, but I feel like it's in a lane of its own. But I feel like it's closer to a McDonald's than it is a Shake Shack.
Well, I mean, in terms of whether it's good, I agree with that. I'm not a big In-N-Out fan. I think it's dry too. I think their burgers are dry and flavorless.
I was just thinking that it does taste really dry. That last bite I
It
had.
feels like a grilled cheese. It's what it tastes like. It tastes like a grilled cheese with a little bit of meat inside.
No, I'm sorry we don't have Five Guys to throw. Are you guys Five Guys fans?
I love Five Guys.
Yeah,
Me too.
I-
Great
I think-
shakes. Get the blueberry.
Five Guys is too messy.
It is messy.
That's fair, but
That
I
is
just like how
definitely fair.
much you can customize it. Get the blueberry malt shake. It tastes like blueberry cobbler. It's amazing. They have great shakes.
So what do we decide for these 3 burgers? Are we all on Shake
Oh,
Shack?
wait. Have any of y'all, what y'all know about Freddy's? Have any of y'all had Freddy's steak burgers?
Freddy's is a
elite.
million times.
It is so good.
Awesome.
It's so good. Shout out Labor.
Where's Freddy's?
It's around.
Yeah, there's one in Gilbert.
Is there?
Mm-hmm. Right off of Ray Road in Gilbert.
Wow. Okay.
Well, so what did we decide? Shake Shack?
I'm a smash burger guy. I like the smash burger flavor better than I did like the
Okay.
Shake Shack, but it's very close.
Yeah, I think that those two are interchangeable for me, but they blow in and out of the water.
Agree.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. My favorite was the Shake Shack burger, but smash burger was pretty close because I like the seasoning of the meat.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
This is something Caleb makes a point would be hard to expense $3,000 for 6 burgers on the show from Five Guys. The price is definitely a factor, which is what makes In-N-Out good, is how
True.
cheap it is.
But
Five Guys is super expensive.
But just like you were talking about, sometimes with Five Guys, it's all the extras that you can put on it. So I mean, they have like a list of like 400 ingredients. That you can
I get it. I get it all the way with all the stuff.
Plus, you can get your fries Cajun.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. The
You
Cajun
get that
fries,
bag of Cajun fries.
Yes.
elite. The fries, the portions at Five Guys is elite because they hook you up. They give you a cup and then another one, and they just throw it in the bag.
In-N-Out's fries, not even worth buying.
Well, we might have to do
Yeah,
a part 2 of this where we get Five Guys and maybe we'll try Freddy's. Yeah. Send David out to Gilbert. Thank
Buddy,
you, David.
thank you. Seriously, thank you for doing that.
Sorry to have to wrap this up, but we do have to clear the room. So this is the kind of content you get at PHNX. Not just hockey content, baseball, burgers, whatever, all of it. So be sure to become a member, join our family at gophnx.com. Sign up for an annual membership. You can get a free shirt from the locker like Saul and I are wearing. And you also get access to our members only Discord, access to all of the phenomenal writing and video content behind the paywall. So become a member, join our family. It's a great deal. So we appreciate everybody so much for watching. Seriously, thank you. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and leave us a review wherever you get your podcast as well. Follow PHNX Sports across all social platforms and follow us on Twitter at PHNX_Coyotes. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Go get a burger. I'm gonna finish this. I promise.
Maybe attend a baseball game by yourself.
Yep, attend a. If you're going to the D-backs game tonight, find Sean by himself and cheers your drink to him.
How sad is that?
Come on, I'm doing it on purpose.
All right, thanks so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week.